Irish Music Niagara is a non-profit organization with the key objective of sharing happiness through Irish music and creativity. Their annual summer event, the Niagara Irish Festival, is about building positive connections through music within the community of Niagara Falls. Joining me is one of the founders, Declan O'Sullivan, better known as Paddyman. So thank you for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
Excellent.
Delighted to be here.
We're coming right off of St. Patrick's Day,
Yes.
which is great timing. Why don't you just tell me a little bit about the festival? You were saying it's in its third year. It's in August.
That's right. So in our first year, we had about 3,000 people come in. It's a 2-day festival here in Niagara Falls at Firemen's Park. And last year we had 5,000 people showed up, which was great. It's a family-friendly event, so kids come in for free. And we've got all the activities and stuff. And then on the first night, typically we have a candlelight event. So we're doing that again this year. The dates this year will be on the 22nd and 23rd of August.
Okay.
So we hope to have as many visitors as we had before and have a lot of fun. There's lots of music, traditional Irish music, as well as sing-along stuff. We've got traditional crafts. We encourage local artists and local musicians to participate in it. And we're all about the community and people having fun.
Well, I want to just kind of, take it back in your story here. So I understand you were a beer salesman in Dubai for many years. Well, what brought you to settle here in Niagara Falls?
Well, I was actually a beer salesman here first.
Okay, gotcha.
So I moved here to Canada when I was 21.
Okay.
With my so I was 21 to launch Murphy's Irish Stout, which is
I'm familiar.
Like Guinness. Yeah. And I was working with Molson. And after a year, I went whitewater rafting, and I met my wife on a trip up there. So I sat down, and a few years later we were married, and after 5 years here in Canada, we decided we wanted an adventure together. Mm-hmm. And so we went to Dubai for 16 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was over there also selling beer and alcohol, providing the embassies, like the Canadian embassies in Saudi or around the Middle East. And then I used to bring my guitar and sing songs at the same time. So had a great time over there and did some marketing and other things. And then 4 years ago, we moved back here to help raise our granddaughter. Okay. Our eldest one was so old now, she's having her own. So we said that was the time. That was the time to move back to here to Niagara Falls and keep going.
And so you're back and you perform locally all the time.
That's right.
With the band. So I'm seeing here every Sunday.
Yeah, Doc McGilligan's is great.
Doc McGilligan's.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah.
It's in the Best Western for anybody who hasn't been in there. I think it's a really special Irish pub. I love it because it was built in Ireland and then shipped over here. And you can really sense that even when I go in there, and I've been in pubs all around the world. Yeah. I love that. And another one as well is the Irish Harp in Niagara-on-the-Lake that also was built and brought over.
You mean the bar was actually
built? I
built?
believe the elements like the bar itself, and they have a lot of the things that were in there. And you can see that in both of the bars. Like they're great. I love going in there. And essentially what we have on the Sundays is a sing-along traditional Irish session. So anyone can bring along their instruments and then just join in. So we have, for example, fiddles, and I play the banjo, and we'll sing along. And we go around the table and everyone takes a turn. The youngest person at the table is typically my daughter, Sophia, and she's 14. Mm-hmm. She sings and plays the guitar. And the oldest is Joe. And Joe is a local resident of Niagara Falls, and he's 90. And he plays the harmonica.
Okay.
It's a fully free event, and again, it's run by Irish Music Niagara, and it's open to the entire community. So.
And this is every Sunday?
This is every Sunday between now and May 18th is the last one. We stop just before May 24, and we go once a month then up until the festival in August.
And where can people get information in case they're
They can go on to irishmusicniagara.com.
Okay.
Or they can search on Facebook, Irish Music Niagara, and they can follow our page and they'll see the updates.
Okay, and so you've got some other special events coming up in the next few months that the public are invited to, so why don't you tell me about those?
We do. We've got a really special one here in Niagara Falls. We've got at Mount Carmel Retreat, the church just here. We've been working on this one for a while because I think the venue itself is really lovely. And where I'm from in Ireland, we have a Carmelite monastery in Kildare, and having the connection with Carmelites here was lovely, and then to discover this church. So we've worked with them to put on a beautiful candlelight event to celebrate Irish music inside in that candlelight church environment. So that'll be on the 29th of March, and the tickets are $25. And the good news for any of your listeners and viewers is that if they use the code Irish Music on Eventbrite,
Okay.
they'll be able to get 50% off.
Oh.
Just for listening to this interview. So there you go.
Well, there
That's
you go.
been set up. So it's $25 normally, but 50% off with that code Irish Music. And that'll be a lovely event, 7:30 until about 9:30 on the Saturday night here in Niagara Falls. Yeah.
And you're also organizing a fundraiser for Bridges Niagara on Tuesday, May 20th. As well.
Yep, Tuesday, May 20th. What that is a cultural celebration of Canadian music in multi-ethnic ways. So, for example, Irish Music Niagara, we're hosting it with the support of the City of Niagara Falls. We're doing it at the Exchange, and what we're doing is we're bringing in various ethnic groups as part of our wider community to do a Canadian song. So, for example, I'd be playing the banjo, and we might do a Canadian song in the Irish way. And likewise, we're also partnering with other musicians. And right now we have a call out to other musicians as part of other communities. So for example, you might have the Filipinos who love singing and dancing anyway, to come in and do a Canadian song in their own kind of way, maybe using some of their own instruments or their own style. Likewise, maybe some people from the African community come in and do something fun with drums or whatever their interpretation is.
Okay.
So that'll be another evening open to the community to come to on May 20th in the Exchange.
Excellent. So much going on. Thank you for
Lots
joining
going
me
on.
in the studio today, and I'm sure we'll see you back.